I was on a call last week with one of our agents at Y Realty, 20 years in the business, top producer in his market. He told me he uses ChatGPT every day. I said, great. That was the whole answer. So I thought, and then I told him, hey, listen, I don't know that you're using AI as you're supposed to. He's using a typewriter that talks back. Think about that. This is Your Daily Real Estate. I'm Tristan, 22 years in the business, lab coat agents, a brilliant tribe. Let's get into it. 97% of brokerage leaders have said their agents are using AI. 97%. But if you actually ask agents like I do, what are you guys actually doing with it? Almost all of them are doing the same three things, which are writing listing descriptions, number one, drafting emails, number two, and copy pasting whatever comes out, and number three, masterminding with it. I mean, number three is not that bad, but those are the three things you're using it for? That's not really using AI. You're almost wasting it. Now, there are 5 platforms I want to talk to you about today. I'm not going to give you a breakdown of what each one of them does. I've done it before, and I'll probably do it more in the future. You can also just Google that. But I'm going to tell you what I actually use each one for. Really quick, too, so no deep diving into it. Let's start with ChatGPT. The one everyone knows, 900 million weekly active users, 50 million paying subscribers, which is crazy. 9 million of those are businesses. They doubled in 1 year. If you're still pretending AI is a fad, which I hope you're not at this point, that's the number that should probably wake you up. For me, ChatGPT is my first draft tool, social captions, quick emails, turning a voice note into a blog post. So for instance, I'm driving and I've got some ideas. I'm like, yeah, those are good ideas. Let's turn that into an actual content piece, not only just blog, but also for possible video for reading. By the way, that's what I'm doing right now. I was like, hey, this is a good idea. Let me send it over later so I can talk about this and just do all 5 because I know all 5 pretty well. Fast and dirty. That's the secret. But here's what most agents get wrong. They type, write me a listing description for 123 Brilliant Street, and they hit enter. The copy reads like every other AI description on the MLS, which kind of sucks because that's what they fed it. Nothing. You have to feed these tools your voice, or even better yet, create a project in ChatGPT so you can go back to it and it can produce exactly what you want so you don't start from zero. By the way, I think that was 4 episodes ago, so watch that one. Now, drop in the 3 of your best past descriptions into this project. Tell it who the buyer is. Tell it what makes the neighborhood different. Now you're using the tool. Before that, you're just generating and you're starting from scratch every single time. Then there's Claude, obviously made by Anthropic. A few days ago, they dropped Opus 4.7, and a couple of days ago, they dropped Design, which is insane. I mean, think about what you can build now. Slides, websites, everything. But it's going to look like you want it to. And you can edit within it. Like if you have a creative design team and a coder working together right with you. It's pretty crazy. Powerful. Powerful is the key word, right? And it just makes it available for you to use like if it's nothing. Now here's the number nobody's talking about. Anthropic went from 9 billion in annual revenue at the end of 2025 to 30 billion by April. That's not a company. That's a rocket. That's crazy. I use Claude when I want to make sure that the output for writing is on point. Buyer presentations, seller letters, my newsletters, anything a client will have to read. And now with design, I mean, it's so new, but with design, I'm going to be building content that I'm either going to have it ready to go from there or put it into Canva. Now that is a big difference. Claude just writes better too. And that's just the truth. Then you've got Gemini, Google's AI. Their market share went from 5.7% to 21.5% in a year. And the reason is simple. Gemini is already in your Gmail, right? It's in your docs. You probably have seen it on the right-hand side, a little, if you use Gemini and Docs, but it's a little AI symbol. You click it and then it just works within your sheets, within the docs, within slides. It's kind of nuts. If you run your business on Google Workspace and you're not using Gemini inside and all the tools that you have with it, dude, you are leaving hours on the floor every week. Long email threads with a seller. Listen, summarize it. Meeting with your team, pull the action items. Don't write any of that from scratch anymore. You can give summaries. Now stay with me because the next two are where most agents are asleep. Perplexity. This is not a chatbot. It's an AI search engine. You ask a question, it gives you an answer. And every sentence has a link to where it came from. Let me tell you what this actually looks like. When an agent inside a Brilliant Tribe asks me about the latest on the NAR situation or any lawsuit or anything like that, I don't go to Google. I ask Perplexity. 10 seconds, I get the real sources. Then I hand them the link and I have the sources. So stop Googling most of this stuff. Start using Perplexity. And not only that, with Perplexity, it also allows you to use, if you want, you can choose Claude, ChatGPT, or Grok, or you could just leave it on its own and it'll decide what to use. And it'll save you hours a week and it'll make you sound smarter. Hopefully it'll also make you smarter because you're taking the time to read this stuff. And don't even let me get into Perplexity Computer, which is crazy. That's a whole nother realm, but it builds out websites. It builds out anything you want. I have prototypes of websites I'm sending to our coders to then just create actual websites. Or it can pull information from anything you want. And it can send out emails and prospect. And it's pretty nutty. So take a look at Perplexity. Now, next one is Grok. And you might think, well, Grok's not as powerful. Well, I would say in general, I don't go to Grok typically to use it every day for how I use everything else. But this is Elon Musk's AI, and it's built into X. And I use this really for one thing. What's happening right now? Here's a news story in real estate this morning. Here's what agents are talking about. Here's what the consumer is talking about. Here's what the news is saying right now. Why? Well, X is the 6th most visited website in the world, and I can pull what's happening in there through Grok. And it gives me live information. Like, hey, this is what's actually happening. What's the chatter? Grok sees X live. It's the closest thing we have to keeping our ear to the ground without physically being there. So that's it. ChatGPT for daily stuff. Claude when the writing matters, and now design. I mean, Claude's really becoming the all-in-one, right? Gemini inside of Google. Perplexity for facts. Perplexity Computer for other things. Grok for right now. And here's the part I want you to really sit with. Almost half of all agents say they use AI every day, every single day. But using AI every day isn't the same as using it well. The agents who are winning this year aren't the ones with the most AI. They're the ones who know which tool is for which job. These tools are not going to replace you. They never were going to replace you. But agents who use them are already showing up better and are already connecting better with their clients, with the consumer that they need to reach. And that shift is happening really fast. We're watching it happening now, and it's making an impact. So here's what I want you to learn from this or to really put into practice. Just one thing. Pick one tool from the list you don't currently use. So if you're using ChatGPT and you're like, which one should I go to Perplexity? If you're using Gemini, you're like, maybe I should go to Claude and take it up. Spend 30 minutes this week, just 30 minutes in a week. That's it. Now, Tristan, where do I go? I mean, if you're not in our AI training, right, and it's only $25 a month, go somewhere else. Go to like YouTube and type in something there. Find something. Spend 30 minutes this week learning about that other platform. Ask it something you'd normally ask Google. Pretend it's Google. Have it write you something you'd normally write yourself. Oh, that's the whole assignment. It's pretty easy. Most of this is just using it so much in different ways, not just in the normal ways that you would use it, but expand out there. Test it out with other things. See, the agents who are going to win over the next 12 months aren't the ones using AI like if it's Google and stopping there. They're the ones who are actually exploring, getting curious, wondering, how does this connect with this? And how can I better serve my past clients, my core sphere, and the people that I want to reach? That's it. Anyway, if you found this useful, please hit subscribe, share this with an agent you think may need this in your office, one that you're coaching. Thank you for being here. I will talk to you tomorrow.